Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Master Aquatics. I'm bringing you guys another video. I'm bringing you guys another episode of Top Small Fish That Get Extremely Big. And welcome. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. First fish that we have here are Bala Sharks. Now, the Bala Shark can grow up to 14 inches. They are also known as tricolor sharks, silver sharks, or shark minnows. They are not part of the shark family, but they get their name for their unique torpedo-shaped body and big fins. The Bala shark is currently considered an endangered species due to the population decreasing the last 10 years. Bala sharks spend most of their time swimming in the mid-depth of the aquarium and occasionally at the bottom. In the wild, their diet mainly consists of insects, larvae, and small crabs and hermit crabs. Bala sharks are not aggressive fish and will do great with other similar sized fish. Bala sharks, they are a schooling fish and they should be housed in groups of 2 or more, as this will make them feel more comfortable in the aquarium, giving them more sense of security and safety. These fish are not very picky when it comes to water quality and temperature. These fish are not very sensitive and will appreciate water temps ranging from 72 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Be careful when housing this fish, as it does have the capability to jump out of the aquarium if given the chance. Make sure there is a secure lid on your tank. This fish is only recommended for hobbyists with large custom tanks or indoor-outdoor ponds with the right temperatures. When it comes to feeding your Bala shark, there are some choices as to what you can feed the Bala sharks. They will accept a wide variety of flakes, and they will also eat freeze-dried foods, and also vegetable-based foods should be fed, such as cucumbers and zucchinis. These fish, they are omnivores, so meats and non-meats can be fed to the Bala sharks. The Bala shark is one of the easiest fish to maintain. It is also one of the most peaceful fish that really mind their own business at all times. The tank should be large with live plants and also lots of swimming areas, as they are very active and very excitable fish. The Bala will cover all areas of the tank and will go over the substrate, picking up pieces of food that were missed by others. Now, you don't have to be an expert to keep a Bala shark. They're pretty easy to keep. The only thing that you really need to worry about is the size of your aquarium. I don't recommend getting this fish unless you have a 150-gallon tank or more, because they do get pretty big and they grow pretty fast. So don't get them unless you have a big aquarium. It's not fair for the fish and you'll end up donating them. Okay, small fish that gets big number 2 is the Arowana. Now, the Arowana is a freshwater fish that starts out small but gets a crazy amount of growth throughout its life with the right water conditions and tank settings. The Arowana can be an aggressive fish towards smaller fish because it is a predatory fish, but it should be fine with other similar sized non-aggressive fish as long as there is a lot of swimming space. Some compatible tank mates are Siamese tigerfish, Pacus, Oscars, jaguar cichlids, green terrors, and gars. Now, if you decide to give your Arowana tank mates, you need to know that you should do this when they are young. When Arowanas get older, they will not tolerate other tank mates, and they may get aggressive and try to establish dominance within the aquarium, which is bad news for your other fish. Arowanas can grow up to 2 to 3 feet. They can also outgrow their aquarium within 8 to 10 months if it is not big enough. Otherwise, it is recommended to keep this fish in its own tank. If you decide to keep it on its own, people recommend to get a 150-gallon tank or more. The bigger the tank, the better. People have also nicknamed this fish the bony tongues fish because Arowanas, they have a tooth bone on the floor of the mouth, and its tongue is equipped with teeth that bites against the teeth on the roof of the mouth. Arowanas are also meat eaters, and they are surface feeders, meaning they only eat at the surface of the water. You can feed them live foods, krill, pellet foods, shrimp, fish meat. Those are some good food choices to feed your arowana. Some people will feed their arowana goldfish. I'm not sure if this is true, but a lot of people say goldfish is not a good live food to feed your arowanas because the fatty meat on goldfish can cause health issues for your arowana. Now, most people recommend to keep arowanas in bare-bottom tanks with no substrate or decorations. Do not use driftwood in your aquarium with an arowana, as this can be a safety hazard for your arowana. During feeding time, the arowana might get excited and injure itself if accidentally running into the driftwood. So decorations are definitely a hazard. This can cause potential for your arowana to bump into them, scratching themselves and possibly poking one of their eyes out and knocking off some scales. So you definitely just want to keep them in a bare bottom tank. Also make sure to keep a heavy lid at all times because arowanas are very good jumpers. They are very skilled jumpers and they can reach great heights. In the wild, they jump out of the water to eat insects and small animals hanging from tree branches. Arowanas come in a lot of different varieties and color strains, silver being the most common and most inexpensive. The arowana is one of the most expensive fish in the fish hobby, and the Asian arowana is the most expensive strain of arowana fish. Alright, small fish number 3 that gets extremely big is the Severeum. Now, Severums are very peaceful fish and can be housed with other non-aggressive and similar sized fish. Compatible tank mates are firemouths, green terriers, blood parrots, and other similar sized cichlids. Severums originate from South America. Other names Severums go by are heroes or banded cichlids. They come in many different color strains such as gold, orange, red, green, black, blue, orange. The list goes on. Gold and green are the most common ones. Severums will jump if they are startled, so it is advised to keep a lid on the tank. Severums can grow up to 12 inches. Now, Severums prefer to swim towards the bottom and the middle of the tank. The temperature ranges that they prefer are from 75 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. You can also keep Severums in pH of 6.0 to 7.5. Water hardness can range from soft to medium. You don't want the water to be too hard. Severums are the closest thing related to discus fish, but unlike discus fish, they are easier to care for and are less expensive. Minimum tank size for Severums are around 55 gallons. The aquarium should have some decent hiding spots and decorations, such as rocks and driftwoods. Severums love to eat live plants, so do not keep them in a planted tank. They will eat up all of your plants. Severums are not too picky when it comes to food. They will eat flakes, frozen foods, dried foods, and live foods. And again, as previously mentioned, they will eat live plants. You can also feed them vegetables such as cucumbers and zucchinis. A lot of hobbyists will feed their Severums vegetables as this is very healthy for the Severum. This will also help the Severum stay healthy and maintain a healthy diet. This will also assist the Severum in retaining a nice color, mainly like a nice bright color for the fish. It'll make them look more unique. It'll also help them live longer. And also, Severums can live up to 10 years. They can live for a long time as long as they are living in the right water conditions and tank settings. Alright, next small fish that gets extremely big is the koi fish. Now, koi fish should not be mistaken for goldfish. They are closely related, but they are not the same fish. Now, koi fish are generally kept in an indoor or outdoor pond. Koi fish cannot be kept in aquariums because they get too big. Now, kois come in a lot of color varieties such as black, white, red, blue, yellow, gold, orange. The list goes on and on. Koi fish do well in temp ranges from 59 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. They do not react well to extended time in cold winter temps because their immune systems get very weak below 10 degrees Celsius. Kois with a bright color variation are more likely to be potential food for predators. A white koi can easily be spotted by animals such as raccoons, cats, foxes, and badgers. Kois should also be kept in a secure pond with nets and wirings. Trees should also shade the pond to hide it from birds that might want an easy meal. Kois are considered omnivores and eat a wide variety of foods such as lettuce, peas, pellets, and sometimes small fish. Koi fish mainly feed at the bottom of the pond as their mouth is designed to do so. Many koi foods produced today float on top of the water to condition the koi to come to the surface more. Kois can also be trained to eat from a person's hand. They are very intelligent. Kois can also recognize their owner and will gather when in your presence in case it is feeding time. In the wintertime, kois eat very little because their digestive system slows down, so feeding is not recommended during the winter. Ponds should also be equipped with pump and filters to keep the water clean. Kois can live a very long life. Some have reported that they can live up to 100 years if taken care of properly. One of the longest living kois is a koi by the name of Hanako, and he lived to be the oldest koi of all recorded history. Hanako was hatched in 1751 and lived until he was the age of 226, and he passed away in 1977. That's a long time, guys. So kois in their natural habitat in the wild, in certain parts of the world, they are actually considered a pest, and they actually destroy waterways and ecosystems. So please do not release kois in the wild, and always put up your koi for adoption at one of your local fish stores. If you bought a koi by mistake thinking it was a goldfish and it has grown too big for your aquarium, never release them in the wild. Hopefully a lot of people understand this. Okay guys, next fish on the list that we have here are the goldfish. Now, goldfish are one of the most popular fish in the fish keeping hobby, and they are also the most misunderstood fish by the first-time buyers in the hobby. A lot of beginners believe that goldfish can live a long, healthy life in a fishbowl, and this is not true. Goldfish are a member of the carp family, and they are related to koi fish. Goldfish originate from China. Goldfish can grow big. They can grow over a feet in length and can weigh over 5 pounds if in the right water and tank conditions. Goldfish are also one of the dirtiest fish and can pollute the aquarium pretty quickly, so they require a lot of maintenance in small tanks. Goldfish are cold water fish and they do not require a heater. Goldfish come in many different colors, but orange and gold are the most common colors for goldfish. Goldfish also come in many different shapes and sizes. The Ronshu goldfish is the most expensive. Goldfish can only be housed with other cold water fish. It is not recommended to house goldfish with tropical fish. Goldfish are omnivores and will eat flakes, pellets, and live plants if given the chance. Goldfish are one of the longest living fish in the hobby. They can live up to 40 years in the right conditions. Goldfish that live in a bowl do not live too long. Goldfish do not have a 3-second memory. They can actually remember things from 3 months ago and sometimes longer. Goldfish can be taught to do tricks such as swimming through hoops and pulling levers to release food. A large group of goldfish is called a quote-unquote troubling and not a school. Goldfish are very hardy fish if in a decent sized aquarium, and goldfish sleep with their eyes open because they do not have eyelids. Okay guys, this is the last fish that I have on the list, and I gotta say, this is one of the biggest fish in the aquarium hobby that you can obtain. They will start out small, but they grow extremely big. This is the Pacu, and Pacus can grow up to 3.5 feet in length, and that is pretty massive, guys. And they can weigh up to 88 pounds. That's a big fish. Pacus are native to South America. You can find them in North America, but they originate from South America. They are related to piranhas, but unlike piranhas, they are not aggressive. And they feed mainly on plants in the wild and fresh fruits and nuts. They do not have sharp teeth like the piranhas. They have these like squared and like blunt teeth, similar to a human. These teeth are used to crush up seeds and eat fruits and nuts. So their teeth kind of look like ours. It's kind of weird looking. There have been reports of Pacus biting off testicles of men who skinny dip in lakes in South America. Now, these are supposedly rumors and that no one has confirmed this, but I wouldn't take my chance on that. Pacus should be kept in aquariums of 150 gallons or more. Pacus are peaceful, but you need to be very careful when cleaning the aquarium of a Pacu because they might bite your hand by mistake when cleaning the aquarium. So be careful. They may also destroy aquarium heaters and accessories with their teeth. Their teeth are pretty powerful, guys, so make sure that you use caution anytime that you enter the space of a Pacu. Pacus are also very good jumpers, so make sure to have a heavy lid on your aquarium at all times. You don't want them jumping out of your aquarium. Young Pacus can eat flakes, but when they get older, you will need to start feeding them better foods such as fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, pellets, and you can also feed them feeder fish like minnows. Pacus come in a few different colors, silver being the most common. They can also come in like black and sometimes black and orange and a few other color variations. The word Pacu means quick eater in the Brazilian language. They are also known as the vegetarian piranha. Pacus are sold as pets in North America, but they are sold as food in South America, and Pacus can live up to 15 years or more if living in the right conditions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This is my top small fish that get big part 2. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to let me know what fish you guys want to see next. My name is Master Aquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, young God, for the blessing. Ayy.